Hi guys, it's Emily, and today I'm here to bring you a series review about the Jane Austen Mysteries by Stephanie Barron. I recently finished the last book in the series after reading one a month for the past year, and so I'm super excited that I am finally able to make this video. So the Jane Austen Mystery series has 13 books and one short story. The first book is Jane and the Unpleasantness at Scargrave, Barron, and it goes all the way, books 1 through 13, ending with Jane and the Waterloo Map. These have been published over the course of 20 years. The first book was published in 1996, and then the newest one came out in 2016. Based on a quick look at Stephanie Barron's website, there doesn't seem to be any more plans in the near future. She just released a new book about Clementine Churchill, though, I think. So she's probably really busy doing historical fiction stuff, and I believe she also writes other kinds of mysteries under a different name. So she's a really busy lady. So who knows if there'll ever be another Jane Austen mystery. But these, as you might guess from the title of the series, star Jane Austen, the writer, as a detective solving mysteries. She is an amateur detective, and it's not really like she's going out to find cases. They come to her in the course of her regular life. She's still doing all of the things that we would expect her to do. She's writing her books throughout the course of this novel. The books start in 1803 and go all the way to 1815, so we are covering a large chunk of her life. In the last book, she is working on the edits for Emma, and at the very end of the book, Emma is published, so that just gives you a time frame when these books take place. These books, the first 5 or 6 are standalone books, and then after about the 7th book, there's a plot line that starts to go through the next several books, so those you definitely have to read in order. Jane is solving mysteries in a variety of places. She's in London, she's in Portsmouth, she's in country homes out in, the rural England. She's solving all kinds of types of mysteries, the standard, like a maid is found dead. There's also more complex mysteries, like there's spies working for Napoleon, because this is during the Napoleonic Wars. My one complaint with the mysteries was always that it did seem like the mysteries were kind of complex and confusing, especially since I would categorize this series as a cozy mystery series. I don't know, I just sometimes felt like Stephanie Barron was trying too hard to make these seem very complex. The conceit of this series is that these mysteries are written like they are entries in Jane's diary. The very first book has a foreword from the editor, which is Stephanie Barron, and it's explaining how these diaries were found in the basement or the cellar of Chawton House, which is the house that Jane Austen lived in the last part of her life. And Stephanie Barron explains that as these mysteries are edited and gone through by the academics, then they will be published for public viewing. And so each book, again, is set up like the diary. Each diary has footnotes telling you about different people that are featured in the diaries, or different things that we might not know about today, different events, different places, different foods, etc., just like it was an academic working on, publishing a diary of a famous writer or what have you. So yeah, these are really interesting novels. Jane pretty much lives like you hear about in her regular book biography. There are additions. For example, in the middle part of the series, a character named Lord Harold Trowbridge features heavily, and you find out that he and Jane sort of fancy each other. Of course, they never really properly get together, but she is, in love with him, so to speak. And then in the latter part of the series, she is in love with Raphael West, the son of the painter Benjamin West. So there is that sense of romance that people like to speculate about in Jane Austen's life. Scholars like to theorize about her different lovers. So that element of academic research into Jane Austen is also featured in this book, in the series, I should say. So It's a really fascinating series. I'm really glad I read it. It was the first time that I can remember that I read a book of a series each month. When I was a kid, I loved, binge reading series, and then as an adult, I haven't really been reading many series. I mean, the last series I read that I can think of, in its entirety was Harry Potter, and of course that I read when they came out over the course of several years. So it was a really different reading experience, but I'm really glad I read it. It was nice to have some reliability in my reading, and again, these are really fascinating mysteries. They very much show you Jane's life. Like, I read Lucy Worldsley's biography of Jane last year, Jane Austen at Home, and it was really cool because she would mention something in that book, and I'd be like, oh yeah, that's when that mystery took place, or that's when Jane was in Portsmouth, or that's when Jane and Lord Harold were doing this. So it's a really cool way to see a bit. Oh, there's Milo knocking over all the books. It's a really cool way to see into Jane Austen's life if you're not much into reading a biography of hers. But yeah, of course, like I said, they do Stephanie Barrett does elaborate on things, and she does infer things from Jane's letters that probably aren't actually what really happened in Jane's life. But it's just a really fun mystery, and it's a good historical mystery if you're looking for a historical mystery to read. And, Jane is just a really cool character. She's a writer. She's also a proper Victorian lady, so to speak. But then she's also going out and solving these mysteries, not going out without a chaperone, with Lord Harold, being like, I'm old, I don't need to worry about stuff. So yeah, I really recommend these, and I'm really glad I read them. And yeah, it was a great way. I intended to read this book for the borrowed prompt for Marchmysterymadness, and then I was just too excited to wait. I had finished all my February TBR books, so I decided to just read this early, and once I had finished reading this, I was like, I might as well film a video for this, one of my Marchmysterymadness videos about this series. So yeah, I highly recommend this. If you have any questions about more details about what the different books are about or what Jane Austen does in these books, let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them in the comments. I hope everybody's having a great day and you're reading some great mysteries for March Mystery Madness, and I'll be back with another video soon. Bye!